Good morning. This is Jimmy Skogard with Grassroots Rising. Today I'm going to talk about the 96-day window, which is the window before the primary elections in Wyoming. The primary elections are held on August 18th, 2026 this year, and there's a 96-day window to change your affiliation, which is rapidly approaching. That date is May 13th, 2026. So for some reason in 2023, we had to put some rules in effect to prevent crossover from one affiliation to another, and it limits the right to freedom of expression and freedom of speech, which is guaranteed in our Constitution. So I kind of oppose something like this. But, I think as long as people realize that if they are unaffiliated or if they've chosen to affiliate Democratic and they want to participate in the monolithic party that makes all the decisions in Wyoming, that's the Republican Party, and I'm a Republican. I think folks, we should just accept the fact that we're in a monolithic system right now and join the Republican Party until we can correct this situation. I know that's wishful thinking, and when you align, there's reasons why you align the way you do, and it's part of your identity. It's part of who you are, and I support that. I think everybody should have the right to affiliate as they choose. It's not something that should be governed by laws. Affiliation is choice, and choice is protected, as is speech protected in Wyoming. That was part of I believe, the Bill of Rights. Something that the original states insisted on before they would even approve the Constitution. And yet here we are messing with the founders' ideas and that have served us so well for 250 years. We think that we know better. We think that we need to control one another, that we need to play for a team and not for a candidate. The idea that character and integrity are important in politics has gone out the window. Kind of shocking to me. Why do we have a system that asks for allegiance before it asks for a candidate with character and integrity? Anyway, the fact remains the primary is the real election in Wyoming, and to shift to the party, the dominant party, you have to do that before May 13th if you've registered in a different party. So consider that, Wyoming. Consider what you want to do, how you want to see us move forward. The idea that we can place these restrictions on one another affects neighbors. It's not just a number. It's, how somebody feels about participating in our politics. If you're being restricted, if you're being told, no, you can't do that, and you're there to exercise your freedom of speech, then you need to be allowed to exercise that freedom. People are not participating in Wyoming politics, not participating in the right to vote because, they're feeling left out. They're feeling put upon. They're feeling the divisiveness. It's like stepping in dog poo. It gets on your foot and you got to get it off, and then you walk around with a little stink on you, and nobody wants that. And that's what our politics have become, walking in dog poo. And we need to step up, you and I. We need to get off the couch. We need to go down and get registered. We need to take our responsibilities as citizens seriously because they're under attack. Our agency is under attack. We don't want folks sitting on the sidelines making rules for us. We don't need leaders telling us what to think and how to think. We're Wyoming. We're conservative. We know how to think. We know what to think. We don't need your help in defining that, and we don't need billionaires pounding smoke up our keisters over and over and over again until we think we have no idea what the truth is. That's scary to me. That the power of someone who's able to hire 5 or 6 PhD psychologists, team them up with a couple of mathematicians and an algorithm programmer, computer science or electrical engineering degree, put these folks in a room and come up with a method to twist the thinking of someone who is just a regular citizen, a regular Wyoming worker. And that's wrong. Why don't you just leave us alone? Anyway, that ain't going to happen. So it's time to get off the couch and think about what you're being told. I say this, if you see something that's divisive online or on the news, turn it off. delete it. If you're on Facebook, there's a little X up there in the right corner. You click that and you say block and or delete, and that's it. Anyway, this is our agency, folks. This is what we're holding in trust. It's for our children. It's for our grandchildren. So if we want to protect that, we need to act now. We need to stand together. We need to rise up, and we need to take our Wyoming back, return it to the people, and get back to doing what we want to do, enjoying this great state. Thank you for your time today. I'll talk to you tomorrow.